Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's question is: can Damian Chain, can Damian Kane be trusted on The Young and Restless? And we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless, and Beyond the Gates. Let's do a quick roll call. Let's get this started. Black Mons in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South. How's the lovely Queen doing tonight? Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ryan is in the chat, aka GH fans in the chat. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. Amy, yeah, Amy H is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Wink Wink is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Of course, Queen, of course. Rosemary is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? I um I kind of shouted you out in my Beyond the Gates review because I started to see what you were talking about with the editing thing. Like I was like, why is this? I was like, why does this feel so weird? Like it's not enough to be like, oh my goodness, I can't stand a soap opera, but it does kind of throw you off. Though. It really, really, really does. Oh my damn. Francis is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Oh, GH fan, did you get a chance to read my response? I'm doing good, Black Mon. I uh I made it. Francis says the Albert can't stay long but want to hop in. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Francis. Yeah, like it's weird. It's like I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, is there more to this scene? Okay, good, good. Rosemary says I'm doing good. Yes, I actually am. I got my phone fixed today, so um, I'm actually doing pretty great. Always a pleasure to see you too, Francis. And Jewish brand, I said it I said it in the comment section, but I'll sit there and say it again. If I did, I snapped at you. I do apologize for that. I felt like the comment was starting to get a little um, obnoxious, but I realized I can't always read emotion through text. So you could have just been joking, and I took it the wrong way. So yes, it's always great to sit there and see Francis. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Yes, can Damian Kane be trusted? That's the question. Still up for debate on that one. I'll sit there and say. Now, of course, we had General Hospital today. Drew was really showing his ass today. Like, I mean, you know how I feel about Drew. There's times I will defend him. There's times I will criticize him. I thought, listen, well, what Drew did was a scumbag move. I thought it was hilarious that Willow was like, I can't believe he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to work things out. I was like, I can't believe he would do. Well, I don't think that he actually believed that you would cheat on her. So, like, are you serious? Tanya, how are you doing tonight? Wing says Damien is so shady. There was a point I thought he and his mom were scamming Nate, and she wasn't really sick. Yeah. Francis says, Albert, no, don't trust Damien right now. Still waiting to see what he does, or him acting shifty. And Ryan says, I think that's my basic thing is that your attitude all along has been, yeah, Drew effed up all the time, but he's not that bad. I just wanted you to admit that Drew is that bad, but I can't force you to. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tyrese, I'm surprised you chose this out of the title. I know usually petty. I thought you would choose the no, because you know what the thing is. I first and thank you, Tyrese. I was gonna pick Jada. I was, but then when I saw her explain it, she was just like, "Yo, the trust is broken. We can't go backwards." Was good, Dolomedics. I was. That was actually gonna be my initial. That was gonna be my initial um title. It was gonna be something with Jada. It was good, Dolomedics. But then I also realized that even Rafe was like, "Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, and I see your point." He didn't seem like he was really even fighting the breakup, and that's because the actor's leaving. This is where it's one of those things where it's like, if the actor was staying, I felt like he would have fought for that relationship. He was like, "Come on, what are you talking about? We can work this out." It's like he came in. He was like, "Yeah, that will definitely be mine when I stream tomorrow, most likely." Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I did actually check your what you call it, your page to see if you were streaming today. Ronnie Ron, Ronnie Ron, how you doing? Wink says, was Charlo a Navy SEAL too, or was he a contractor like Peter? No, he was a contractor like Peter. No, I'm gonna actually watch it tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to actually watch it this whole week, but I'm gonna try to watch it in the morning. I did not. It's surprising though too. These 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 American shows have been keeping me busy, but yeah. Well, we definitely gonna sit there and talk about it tomorrow and this weekend. Has necessarily done anything that he can't redeem himself from. If he attacked Willow or tries to kill Jason, well, yeah, of course, Ryan. Yeah, if he did that, SA someone, obviously, yes. Francis says, "How did you like the boring Abbott?" Actually, I liked it. Francis, I actually liked it. I liked the Abbott House. I did. But yes, Ryan, if it's something like that, because here's the thing, I criticize all the characters from all the different shows. But certain things, I'm like, I don't know if you can come back from this, or essaying someone, or yeah, like you said, Ryan. At the end of the day, I just want to have a good time. I want to come on here, I'm going to read the comments from. Yeah, I like the Francis. Yeah, I want to come on. I want to read the comments. I want to hear your opinion. If you disagree with me, I want to know why. I want it to be an interactive channel. You know, and the whole thing is supposed. I want it to be fun. Tanya says, "I need Beyond the Gates to do something with Ashley and Derek, like spice it up." Yes, yes, Tanya. They were literally the worst part of this episode. I mean, I get what you're. And what's good, Ted? I mean, what's good, Tommy? Tommy. Yes, and I agree with that. No, Gary, so I don't. And I, come on, bro. See, when you start listening to saying shit like that, it's like, hi, bro. But I will sit there and say, I don't know why Jacob would let Naomi represent her. She don't need a lawyer. She needs a mental health advocate. I get it, Ryan. I mean, I get where you're coming from. I don't see myself as going easy on certain characters. Like I said, Ryan, I don't just watch this show and criticize characters on this show. I criticize characters on all five of the soap operas. So I don't really see it as me going easy on some characters, hard. Maybe I don't. I have no idea. But yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, Ron. Ron, let me answer one question first. Exactly, and I didn't want to sit there and say that, like, I didn't want to say it because I know some people have substance abuse problems, but like, Ron says, Albert, are you happy about Polish celebration? No, I thought it was stupid. I think this whole adoption thing is just dumb. And the fact that what you call it, I'm glad you said it and I didn't, because like, what's good, LaShawn? I, exactly. I'm like, come on, bro. I mean, Kyrus, do you want Naomi Smith there representing June? I want to ask you, Kyrus, do you want Naomi representing June? Francis says Albert Rich got that look in his eyes for book. He definitely dumping Taylor. I don't know. I mean, the fact that you see that's the problem. The fact that Brooke will sit there and take him back is the issue. That's my whole thing. LaShawn says, "What is Colette up to?" She went into Sunny's. Oh, it was Colette. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It was Colette. I get that, Ryan. I get that. And you know what? Nikisha has said something very similar. I don't look that deep into, you know, I guess part of me, I see where you're coming from. I guess because I watch some of the other soap operas, I don't look into it that much. I don't get attached to characters in that way. So I think that's just how I disassociate from these shows. And I mean all these shows in general. But I see what you're saying, Ron. But like I said, I saw Nikisha say something very similar. That's all I will say Ryan, about that. Domek says, and that's a really good question. Yeah, I didn't realize that was Colette though. Domek says, I need them to really just let Bill be the complete jerk we want him to be. He got his hand in everything, and they really need to play it out. Yeah, I mean, his hand was definitely shaking today. I know that much. And they put what's good, Jonathan. They put in. Why is it so loud? Tanya says, "My book, Read What You Sow, is complete." Okay, I can't wait to sit there and check it out, Tanya. That sounds like that's going to be amazing. But why? Okay, well, what if he doesn't want to return though, Brian? That's the thing. And let's be honest, the show needs a new Ryan. They need a new Michael. We're not going to be snipped their way. And to be fair, it's not fair. If you stop to think about it, Ryan, it's not fair for the audience to sit there and want Chad Dude to come back if he's not ready to come back. That's another issue. You know, sometimes I feel like people just want what they want and they don't bother to sit there and think of maybe what the actor wants or anything like that. He's grieving. He's also a new father. You know, the show has to go on. We're gonna have to sit there and move. That's the bottom line, and I think that's better for all parties concerned. Okay, Ryan, we can agree to disagree on that. Curry says yes. Naomi should represent June. I expect June to be a big factor. You okay? You expect somebody? Did you see my review? One second. Did you see my review? That chick seemed like she was pressing. Okay. I'm just gonna sit there and take it as you're joking, but like, let me tell you something. That was hella out of pocket. One second, Juan. That was hella out of pocket for Jacob to sit there and want her to take June's case. Okay. The way she was sitting there pressing out officer, if she had no problem sitting there pressing out officer like that, she's not gonna have any problem Cynthia pressing her like that. Like that's a dangerous ass situation. And I'm surprised he just let his not just let his wife, but like pretty much encourage that shit. Johnson says, "Are you going to defend Drew's latest stunt now?" Oh Lord. Did you watch my review? Because I did. I did criticize him on that. Just okay. I'm done. Um. Oh, thank you, Frank. Yeah, only four likes. What the hell is going on? I get it. I get it right. You're thinking with your emotions. That's fine. Oh shit. So yeah, 8 likes and 23 people in the chat. Yeah, definitely hit the like button because it does help. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine, Jonathan. But like I said, because like Ryan was like asking me the same thing, and but yes, I did sit there and say it was a very okay. Just I'm gonna say this once. Since you're here, what Drew did was a scumbag thing to do. Okay, he was very manipulative, and it's just making Willow look stupid. So that's the thing, though, Jonathan. You know how I do my streams and everything. There's times where I would criticize someone. There's times I would sit there and defend them. So it just really depends on. I did too, guys. I did too, because he was like, "Yo, so you just gonna sit there and act like you gonna sit there and act like that that you didn't screw me over before?" Were you right? Oh well, you were right about EJ. Yeah, I had a feeling, Jonathan. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I appreciate that, Jonathan, and that's what just makes you awesome is that you can admit when you're wrong. Like I can admit when I'm wrong too. That's why I apologize to Ryan. Uh, that's awesome. I had a. My question is though, Jonathan, why did EJ take out the memory card? He took out the memory card before he got shot. So I don't really understand that. That's what I don't understand. Why did he do that for? I don't even understand why is Belle sitting there rocking with EJ, knowing what EJ did to her sister. Like I'm still just like, what the? Ron says, so are you saying that Sophia was right to accept Kate's offer to the prom you need to? I didn't sit there and say anything. Like Ryan, why are you putting why like why are you sitting there putting words in my mouth? I didn't say any of that. Like what are you talking about? That's true. I don't understand that. Like you know what he did to your sister, Francis, and yet you still wanna like okay. Well, that actually makes sense, Jonathan. Thank you. Like that makes sense. Okay. Okay, says well I can see they why they question your judgment. You do be questionable from time to time when you comment the great data under the debris. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, sure. Um, everything that I said. Well, I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm right, but like, um, it's not questionable. I just don't agree with what you're saying. But that's the thing, though, Kyrie. I don't need to agree with everyone on what they say. Just like you don't need to agree on everyone and what they say. And you're just trolling at this point, so that's why I'm just like, sure. Queen Saul say, hi, chat, glad to be part of the inner circle. Queen, you have been part of the inner circle for a while, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Even before the membership stuff, you was always part of my inner circles with the streams. No, I didn't think that right. I actually thought that Michael just didn't want to see her, which I completely understand. No, I thought that he just genuinely didn't want to see her. Omek says, you gotta understand that Sammy's family sucks. Eric married a woman who stole his niece and convinced his literal twins her child was dead. Of course, Belle is trash too. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Gary, sure. I'm like, I'm not, okay. Yeah, I get it. I disagree with that, but that's totally fine. And I've already said why I disagree with that. And to be fair, Kyrie, I do think that they should have pulled back on the Danny stuff, and now that they have, I'm actually cool with that. Because you know what? I'm tired of the same goddamn conversation with Danny and Bill. I don't mind seeing them that often, but when it's the same, Danny's depressed. I feel bad for Danny. Like it gets repetitive. And I'm not well, regardless, it gets repetitive. Kind of like what Jess said about that. But yeah, I can clearly see that. It just like I said, it's still what's good, Albert. What's good, Kevin? That's the thing though. Like I don't need to sit there and see Danny all the time in the same song and dance shit. You know? In the beginning, it was just repetitive. And the same thing with Bill and Haley. It was just repetitive. Johnson says, "What do you think of the Brooklyn and Lulu scene?" I thought that Brooklyn was just extra to be extra. Okay, I think after a while, I think with Lulu, either tell the truth or just shut up about it. Like seriously, tell the truth or just shut up about it. Because I can't like. Also, Brooklyn was just really extra. So you came to her house to sit there and whine because what? She's writing an article for her job. Like, come on, it's just it's so. Francis says, Albert, do you think Colette going to get sick or possibly? Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, Francis. Yeah, that was. I'm so glad that you brought that up because let me tell you something. When he coughed like that, it was not. Um, it was not. I think they're gonna do something with it. I think they're gonna do because like that was just not exactly. Well, I don't. It's kind of weird, Francis, because when you stop and sit there and think about that, um, I don't know if they can get the actor too often. And I think maybe at this point, he it just may be more easier to kill him off, or at the very least, send him away. At the very least, just send him away. That's what I would sit there and say, right? Because he wasn't there for the major stuff. He comes back after his aunt is gone. Jordan came back. What was Cole at? Now he's coming back. Like, bro, you're not needed in a sense. Like, really. Princess, not to mention your most outrageous fans. Never fully appreciate Tracy Abbott and calling the red wig skeleton Diane a 10. Love you too, buddy. I'm gonna disagree with everything else that you said, but you've always been my guy, and I still love you. My gorgeous queen cat lady. If we gotta suffer with that god awful blanket curtain of yours, and you can suffer seeing Danny. There's wifey right there. There is wifey. Um, God damn. Harry's, if you watch, well, I don't know if you watched all the shows, but what do you think was your favorite one today, though? What do you think it was your favorite one today? Spike Quick says, I was gonna say it so long ago, just forgot as a kid what the Gates does. As slang is weird, like whenever Tyrell speaks, there's so much slang is forced. Um, it does come across as very cringe. I will sit there and say that it is very cringe. Francis is agreeable. I like Cole, but they don't give him any screen time. See, that's the thing, though, right? I don't know if they don't give him any screen time or if he's just not available. What's good, Jay Blue? You are listening in the background. We're watching GH. Cat Lady's being her gorgeous queen, sassy, beautiful, sexy self. Um, but yeah, no, if you're still in the chat, let me know. Let me know. If only, right? And of course, you have Vicky Vicky. Wait, is Vicky, is that short for Nikki though? Because that'd be kind of interesting that they call her Vicky. Oh, never mind, because that'd be for Victoria. Never mind. Harry says Beyond the Gates and Jace was a tie. Days of Our Lives right behind them. B&B didn't watch it, but why not already fair with Adam and Chelsea cringe ass scene? Yeah, they want to. He wants to work. He wants her to work with him. Like Craig says, it's just of course like nobody speaks like that slang almost every sentence, but they really the only. But that's really the only criticism I have on the gays. Yeah, and that's yeah, Spike Craig, and that's the thing. A lot of people have said that. I've said that. Jess has said that. Um, a couple of other like YouTubers have said that. Let's be very clear, man. She needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail. Her family has failed her by constantly protecting her, and it has gotten nowhere. And Alexis is an idiot, right? Like when this whole thing came up, she should have been like, "All right, let's commit her. Let's do something." But instead, she wants to sit there and cave to Ava. But yeah, no, she needs jail time because like this is way past like this is just another emotional her spiraling out. You know, like I feel like the slang is about 3 or so years behind. Diane effed up. See? Yes, Wayne. That's what Dolomex call. I think Dolomex coined that term, um, the Gates effect. Make her worse. She needs an institution. Okay, yeah, an institution then. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of agree with that because I get that prison is not necessarily a place for rehabilitation in a sense. But then I also do feel that sometimes people try to use that as a way of not going to jail. You know? Now Ryan says I'm not trying to give Ava a pass either. She's definitely been needling Christina for some time now. but that doesn't excuse Christina's behavior. Yes, and I agree with that. And I get that, Jonathan. And if well, you look at Michael, right? So I get that. I get that on some level. Um, hi, Kyrie's Wilson. Kyrie's Clark, you still in here, buddy? Yeah, and that's the thing. I actually have to go back and I have to check that, for instance, because I did like look up for a hot minute. Yeah, Calculator says, OMG, we have two Alberts now, two Kyries. DC says Kyrie Wilson is giving Jason Q and Drew Kane. What the hell? I'm still here. Are you sure? Wing says two Alberts and two Kyries in one chat. I'm not gonna lie. I've never came across somebody whose name is Kyrie before, ever. But apparently today is something different, though. DC, you stop it. Jens can be trusted. Kyrie W says Beyond the Gates was a bit filler today. All right, Kyrie's, what is going on? I'm sorry, Kyrie's Clark, what is going on? That's new today. And Rihanna, how you doing? Kyrie says it's crazy. I was just about to leave. Glad I didn't. I swear it's someone else. No, 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 no. I kind of figured that, but I do. The thing is, I remember your other profile was green when before you started doing YouTube. Your profile was green. That is correct, Jonathan. Ariana says hi, Kyrie Clark. And there's another Kyrie in this chat now. Lushan, Gabby done lost her goddamn mind, and she's about to lose her job too. Who knows? Okay, in all seriousness, if you know, if you was with somebody, would you want them to sit there and represent you? Like in all reality, would you? I want to ask you that before you go. Would you want your significant other to represent June? Answer says, "Do you think Diane knocked her purse on purpose?" Somali, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of blanked out on that one. That's why I said I have to go back and check. Um, it'd be interesting if she did, but I didn't see the scene when she knocked the purse over. I just saw when they were picking the stuff up. Absolutely, I want her to defend June to me, someone in her life that cares. You do realize that she does have severe mental health issues, right? Like dangerous mental health issues. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm asking you a serious question, and I feel like you're still trolling me. Yes, I did, Jonathan. We're going to talk about that too. I saw it a few minutes before I got in here. Ryan says, I'm curious on a scale of 1 to 10, how culpable do you think Ava is for the car accident? Um, I don't know. I wouldn't sit there and say on a scale of 1 to 10, because at the end of the day, like, it still doesn't justify, um, her trying to unalive her, right? Like that was way too far. Like that's on Christina. I'm not gonna sit there and try to blame Ava for that. Yes, but she will get treatment that she needs. I truly believe she deserves a chance to not be a statistic. And you would put your significant other's life. Uh, Callie, don't do that. That's not true. No, let's not go there. Let's not start telling these people lies. Don't mix it up, but you have to remember that Naomi is one of those civil rights type lawyers and acts as an advocate. She uniquely qualified to deal with. Really? Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. That lady, you stop it. Yeah, you see what she's trying to do, Ariana. Oh, DC, since you're in the chat, I didn't say that. And what's good, Tracy Steve? Oh, DC, you should hear some exciting news from Cat Lady. Cat Lady, why don't you tell DC what your exciting news is? There's a bus that can across baby. Oh no, you gonna get a trip. You gonna get a kick out of this one, DC. Oh my love. I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I see that I knew, knew. As much as I dislike Christina, I get why she hates Ava, but I agree that doesn't warrant what Christina did happen. Ava could be a hell of a lot more sensitive to her pain. I get that, but like that still doesn't. Uh, what the? No, no, no. Okay, you know what, Cat Lady, you're not gonna tell him, so I'm gonna sit there and talk. DC, you're still in the chat, right? Cat, you never actually came across nobody else with your name. It is a unique name. I will sit there and say that. Let me just answer Johnson's comment. Johnson says, "Do you think Nina plan to frame Drew will be a hit or a miss?" I think it's going to be a hit. I have a feeling it's going to be a hit, Jonathan. So, where are you? No, no, no. Wow, you do have a unique name. I like it. I like your middle name though too. It's badass. So, um, Cat Lady and Nikisha are going to be doing the panel with Jabbar. And just to add the cherry on top, Angela is going to be there. You remember Angela, right? The chick that I said that was built like a goddamn iPhone charger, which is not cool, and I do not advocate for body shaming. But yeah, yeah, she's going to be part of um the squad. Ain't that right, my love? Listen, Francis, I'm just telling the truth. This is what she told me yesterday. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, they're going to do a panel. So you remember my ladies' night? So you're not going to be part of this panel, cat lady? Well, I mean, that's what they signed up for. Okay, so cat lady, since DC wasn't in the chat yesterday, why don't you sit there and set it straight? Here it says in the last name Wilson is the last name of one of my characters of Reese Moore's storyline. The character name is Tanya Wilson, so I'm not gonna lie, that name freaked me out for a second. I I'm not gonna lie, Kyrie's I sat there was like, what the but then I saw somebody else named Albert, so Ryan says I find both Ava and Christina to be insufferable, so it's hard for me to side with either of them. I get that. I mean, the cat lady said that I was gaslighting, and I sat there and said, okay, so why don't you sit there and tell the story? Jiggler says, Nina, that plan will backfire. Oh, it's going to backfire. Thank you, Ron. Ron says, Albert, do you think that Sophia should have rejected his offer and walked away, but instead, um, I mean, she wanted to do it, so it's not like she's rejecting his offer. Hell, she actually initiated it. Harry says it's got to be. I mean, somebody else in the chat has my name now. Harry's. Kelly says I said I was going to ask if Nikisha can join as well. Okay, but okay. So Nikisha is not. She's going to ask Nikisha to be part of the panel, but she is going to be part of the panel with Jabot and and Angela. I mean, DC. The point is that she's gonna be hanging out at Jabot, part of the panel. Ryan says, "What do you think? What do you think of Lucky for in this whole mess? I'm pissed that he's lying to Elizabeth when they just reunited. What more would screw up a relationship with Christina?" I think it's gonna backfire. I don't. It's weird, Ryan. It's like they put them together for the fans, but they're not gonna keep them together. It's almost like a Buffy effect in a sense, right? Like Buffy had this thing where it's like the characters, the couples can be happy for too long. And I feel like they're gonna do that with Elizabeth, you know? Well, Clarice, you are one of a kind. But I mean to be fair, um I did see some other I mean it's weird, Clarice. If you type in the word Clarice as like YouTube channels, some other people actually do have your name. Some other people do have Nikisha's name as well. Pele said Dolly Albert pretty much threw me over there. He said he didn't care. That I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Don't no, don't say that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what I said. Pretty much be telling this woman that I love her in every stream. We're not gonna sit there and start putting lies in my goddamn name. That's what we're not gonna do. What's good, Amber? J Blue says people need to read a dictionary. A lie and a secret are two different things. Brooklyn kept a secret, not a lie. That's true. Ariana says coupling up old romances is the kiss of death. Burn hot and flame out. Oh, you mean the supportive text? You mean the supportive text? You sure you want to stick with that, my love? Are you sure you want to stick with that? That's a yes or a no. Because if you want to stick with that, I'll be more than happy to sit there and display certain sections of that and put it in the members chat. So, no, don't do that. Don't write checks your ass can't cash. Don't do that. Oh wow, I'm related to Albert Alar? God damn, Ron. DC says Albert and cat leader giving Kat and Audra Charles. DC, how the hell have you been? What have you been up to? And when are we gonna sit there and do a collab? Because we haven't did a collab in way too long. So that's what I want to know. Have a great night, Amber. My bad. Oh, never mind. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan is awesome. Yes. Haven't seen you in a while. We got to sit there and do a collab. We got stuff to talk about too. We want you two more like Todd and Blair and less like Ashley and Dick. Yo, they added nothing to the episode. Those two added nothing to the episode. Yeah, baby girl. Yeah, baby girl. What you gotta say about that? Your boy got skills. Don't go there. DC says I'm drowning in finals week. Honestly, my mental health I've been on the rock lately and no ice or limit other is hard when you're balancing your own mental health and that others too. Damn. Curry says I can't wait until members. I need to discuss a dream I had out loud. I woke up in my feelings this morning to do with a dream. Okay, I'm definitely intrigued. Yeah. Francis says, "Yeah, 15 likes and 30 in the chat. Damn, we halfway there. I could have swore I hit the like button. Hit the like button also. Become a member, but hit the like button first because that's free. And hit the members. You're gonna get some good content." Ryan says it doesn't make sense. Christina Lucky just recently started spending more time. Why would he stick his neck out for her? Well, I mean, he sticks his neck out for her because of Sonny and Luke's old relationship. That's how I look at it. Ring says I fast forward past Ashley and Derek sings. And they don't add anything. DC says I see Febreze invest a lot of money in the gates. Hey, listen, DC, I'll buy a ton of Febreze and start spraying this shit all around. If Febreze wants to sit there and sponsor this, sponsor my channel. That's a good question, Ryan. I could have asked that question. Maybe I asked it this weekend, like, could Marco be trusted? Um, is Marco really, you know, is he really about that life, or is he, in cahoots with his father? Wayne says, even if the episode is bad, at least the set smells good. Yeah, exactly. Dolmex said Febreze and Ty are keeping those lights on, and I am too, Dolmex. I am too. Yes. DC says, how did Candace Mack get in this? That's a damn good question. That lady says, Albert, sorry, Mo, remember when you said anyone could be watching? Yep, we be having visitors. Hmm. See, that's how our conversations will be between me and my cat lady. Cat lady will say a comment. I'll sit there and say, okay, you know how I am. I'll prove that shit. Also, I was very supportive in that text message. I just want to sit there and point that out. But I did point out the reasons why I was a little, you know, I was a little frazzled. But I support her. DC says Robert, but Albert wasn't okay with the company that tried to keep the lights on for who I could live. That was the first soap opera that I watched, DC. That soap opera got me into watching other soap operas. And he knows why. Reasons. Yeah, my reasons. Yes, you know my reasons are. They're both equally to blame, Ryan. They're both equally to blame. And they both have their points where they could be annoying. DC says, I'm not gonna lie, Bill Hamilton ain't cute at all. Say that when Jess is in the chat. Kyrie says, become a member and get access to member lodge exclusive, spilling the tea, revealing secrets behind the scenes inner circle topics. Join folks for $5. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. Also, join Kyrie's live streams because while I may be a little more tame, Kyrie's apparently took up my spot as far as being a little more spicy. You have a great. What's good, Double C? You have a great night, Francis, and thank you for joining. Oh shit! By spicy, he means messy. Yeah, he is messy. I can. That's true. I was gonna say things that I could be more spicy, but I think Kyrie's kind of tops it with that though. Justin says, "Do you think Sonny will be safe?" I do. I don't think that they're gonna kill off. I don't think that they're gonna kill off Sonny. I don't. Double C says, "I think Damian can be trusted, but what I want to see is Dumas as a rich black man." I'm sorry. I don't see them doing that. Ariana said, "Being a member of the best $5 I've." Thank you. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate that. Apparently not the just, but too tall for you. Wow. Yes, thank you. And Ariana has been rocking with me for I think about 2 years now. So, but you know what though, Jonathan, I like Sitwell. I like Sitwell. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, Jonathan, I like Orpheus on days more than I like Sitwell. But I like Sitwell. DC says I'm like the 1% of gay men that don't like. Oh, Gary, I got a question for you. I mean, you can have a night, Tanya. I can spell just not in the dark. That's no better than me. Guys, would you date somebody taller than you? And if so, how much taller? That's my question. Yes, Tanya is also writing a book, so I can't wait to sit there and check it out. Well, of course. Oh, you know what, Jay Blue, you're still. Never mind. You're still. He is still watching it, so let's not. Let's not. I mean, she is still watching it, so let's not spoil it for a man. Yes, but a woman, no. That's interesting. Kyrie Wilson says good night. Have a good night, Kyrie Wilson. I hope to sit there and see you in the next stream, which will be Monday. For the regular streams, will be Monday, same time. Ariana says I joined the first month. It was available right after Kyrie's. I had listened to you for about 2 months before that. It's been a minute. And Ariana has been awesome ever since, seriously. So thank you. And also just thank you for being a good friend too, though. Not just a member, but also a good friend. DC says Wilson Industry. And if that Amazon is hot. Okay, I got you. Have a good night, Albert Langston. Okay, DC says if I was Naomi, I wouldn't defend June. I don't work with people who don't want to work with me. It's bad for business. I mean, it's kind of also a safety issue, too. Yes, you have a good night, Albert. Yeah, I'm not gonna get used to saying that. But yes, you have a good night. Yes, exactly, John. Oh, Jonathan. You know there was a point there was actually two Jonathans in the stream. I think it was last year. It was last year because I asked you. I was like, "Whoa, you got another name?" He was like, "No, that's not me." No, I definitely look forward to seeing you again, Albert. And I said, "Did you see Liam and Hope together?" Oh, do you see Liam and Hope together again? I kind of feel like that ship has sailed. I do. Perry says it's a coincidence that both Roses and Albers left at the same time. Someone's out trying to. You see that? That is. Oh, you do remember that? Okay, thank you, Jonathan. That is crazy, Kyrie. That is crazy. That's. Aaron says, I hope it has. I mean, well, the thing is, Aaron, if you leave it up to Deacon, Wing said, yeah, that was suspicious. I didn't actually think about that until you just said that. DC says, oh, Nicole is extremely unprofessional and unethical. Therapists are not allowed to treat people they know. It kills me how soaps do this. No therapist does that in real life unless they. Oh, Ariana, since I got you in the chat, I got to ask you a question. If you, okay, I know I kind of have an idea of how doctor patient confidentiality works, but so the episode of Beyond the Gates, you had a doctor basically Smith saying that they have a gambling problem and saying that they almost unalive one of their patients to their therapist. Is that therapist required to report them? They work in the same hospital, but like, is that therapist required to um, report them, or um, is it still protected under client whatever client patient confidentiality? Wait, what? In the pet? Seriously? Are you serious? DC, are you serious? Ron says our cat lady said to me that I don't have to worry about her safety because she's on birth control. There's no way she can. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, cat lady. I still love you. Really? Wing says, yeah, like a priest, you better not snitch. DC says, like, for example, I do couples counseling, and if someone is being abused, you document it, but you don't report it since they both consenting adults. What the? Ryan says, how do you feel at this point about Sam not being on JG? Or do you miss her character? Or do you think? I mean, I think it's. Here's the thing, right? I miss how Sam used to be. I miss old school, badass, take no prisoners Sam. I didn't miss the latter part of Sam. Um, I always do think that they could have wrote more for her, if we're going to be honest. That's something I will say. I always feel like they could have wrote something more for Sam. But they changed her to a point where she was unrecognizable. Yeah, clearly. I mean, she's already sitting there telling lies and fallacies about some text messages that I didn't didn't send at all. Samuel, DC says the only exception. What the? Are you serious? Wow, wow, DC, that's unexpected. Adam done gained some weight on YNR. So has Spencer apparently from. What's good, Big Nate? Kelly, what are you talking about? What are you talking about with Ron? Johnson says, what so do you think Kelly Monaco could join? I don't want her on Beyond the Gates. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't. Um, I was just gonna say Y and R. I was just gonna say maybe Y and R. You know, Kyrie's, I had a challenge for you, and then I said, fuck it. Like, I had a challenge for you, but I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Sarah says, I'm behind on GH. What have you been watching? Aaron says the therapist is required to tell the chief resident of the hospital if they do harm someone, and the therapist says nothing. They are also. That's what I kind of figured. That's what I kind of figured, Ariana. I wasn't too. And it's funny too, Ariana, because like I watched the episode, and then no, I know, but beyond the case, I watched the episode, Ariana, and then I thought about you because I was like, wait, hold on. I had to sit there and ask you. And so I'm also glad that you came tonight, not just because of your presence, but also I want to get your take on that. And who better to ask than you? Ariana says, it is in the sworn oath and it's the law. If they're actively trying to hurt someone, then yes. Hmm. You know, I'm going to be honest, I'm trying a new, okay, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm trying a new noodles. It's okay, but I think I'm going to probably switch back to the old one now. Cat lady, you know how much I love you. You know I love you, right? Samuel says if Kevin Monica comes to YNR, she's gonna have to come back as Colleen from the dead. I'm sorry, but I never forgave YNR for killing my Colleen. That's the nasty kind of mode. Yeah, it's just it's not super great. That's a I well, see, the thing is, Cat Lady and Rihanna, I just have to go outside my comfort zone. So every now and then, I like to be a little risky. Like says, all right, I got to finally get going. I got a few more chapters and updates to type in. Have a great night, everyone. And Sam McCall and hell where she belongs. Okay. You have a great night, Kyrie. I look forward to seeing your streams tomorrow. Exactly. But that wait, I mean, come on now. That's Kyrie's. That's Kyrie's. Like, what do you expect? Oh, well, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron, for being a fucking cock blocker. Thank you for being cock blocker. You should have went out of your zone and grabbed that mile with the curtains. I'm working on the curtains. You know how busy I've been. Thank you, Ron, for being an excellent cock blocker. Baby girl, I'm very, very, very busy. Okay? DC said, but guys, I gotta go. I got 5 papers to write. I'm not exaggerating. Just came on to take a break for a bit. Have a good night, DC. Thank you for joining. We gotta catch up though, okay? I know things have been crazy, but shit. Yeah, right. I'm Christian. I'm cool. Damn, I sound like somebody for a hot minute. Cool with her going on days. To be fair, Ryan, I would trust her on days than I would on Y&R. If you're gonna be honest, Ryan, I would trust her on days than I would on Y&R. But I would trust her on Y&R than I would on B&B. Samuel says B&B just throwing away money on them actors and stories. Don't nobody want to see none of that. You know, okay. I guess I'm nobody then. Um, I was cool with the fashion show. I was cool with the fashion show because it was a break from the dreary stuff. I was I was cool with the fashion stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of interesting to sit there and see Heidi and Spencer. I'm an old school MTV fan. I barely remember that show, The Hills, but I remember it was a thing. That lady's being the bad girl. Fucking love her. And I wrote a very lovely and supportive text message to her too. I did. Well, she did not respond back to me, but whatever. Um, Mark says if Days didn't completely destroy the character, I would have actually enjoyed Kelly Monaco as Teresa Donovan. I really like when she played that girl characters. You know, it's interesting. Okay, the thing is, it's interesting, Dolomitics, because I was very supportive, understanding, and a great boyfriend and future husband. That's what I actually was. I was honest. I was very supporting and loving. Damn, I really rocked the hell out of that damn text message that she did not reply back to. Taylor. It's funny. Okay, so Jonathan, I remember you sat there and said that you think that Evan Fierce would be a great Michael recast, right? And Dolomedic says that Kelly Monaco would be a good Teresa Donovan recast. And it's interesting that you say that because, well, one, I don't see that. But I don't see that because, let's not lie, uh, Rock Kelly. I guess I don't see, maybe, I don't know if that's kind of the negative side of watching foreign soap operas. Because I'm always going to see him as Evan Fears, and I'm always going to see Kelly Monaco as maybe Sam. So even if they were on another show, DC says Kelly Monaco as Teresa. I don't see it, but the question is, does Steve Wonder ever sees it? Yeah, oh, now you caught up to it. Okay, now you caught up to it, Jay Blue. Okay, but now you for real though. You gotta go. Good night, everyone. Wish me luck on the assignments and the finals. DC, you're a very smart man. You don't need luck on your side. Justin says Kelly's a little older for the Teresa role. Okay, now Ryan says who would be a good Michael recast according to whoever you're talking to? I got distracted. That's a good question. Samuel says the reason I want Kelly on Beyond the Gates is because she can come in as a new character rather than a recast. Okay, that's a good take on it. Exactly, everyone. Exactly. He's a control freak. Yep, yep. that is correct. That is correct, Amundo. It was bad. Ryan says, I honestly can't really think of a good recast from in my opinion. Chad is every. Oh, I didn't. It's funny. I didn't even need to read the last part, but I mean, here's the thing, Ryan. Okay, so you were in a chat yesterday. I'm gonna sit there and say this. It's weird for anybody else. It's weird, ideally, for anybody else to be in the role of Chad, other than for Michael, other than Chad, right? Because we're so used to Chad Duell. That if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that Chad Duell is like a super amazing actor, but I think that he was good. He was really good as far as being Michael, and we grew into it. And let's be honest, I don't think that Garner, or whatever his name was super amazing. But I mean, you got you got Molly we finally got a really good Molly, and I didn't think that was possible. If we're gonna be honest, I don't like what the other actress did, but she really brought. Oh, Drew Garrett, thank you, Jonathan. Samuel says I will bring Kelly Monaco on as Samantha Locke to throw shade at GH. Ooh, okay, I like that. Yo, y'all should sit there and take screenshots of that. I like that. That was okay. I like that. WC's Belinda said B&B Thomas or Wyatt would make a good Michael, and I agree. Yeah, that's what I said. That was good. I like that. That was good. That was good. Double C says over on days. Maggie has another daughter, right? I forgot her name, but she was in a car accident. Kelly can play that character. Ariana says, "I just want the new actor to bring it." Yeah, yes, and I agree with that. Um, Ryan, if you're still in the chat, I wasn't trying to push. I know you like the actor. I wasn't necessarily trying to push against that in a sense, but the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I was saying, but I just want Chad Duel to sit there and do what he needs to do. But I also think that the show needs to sit there and move forward. You know, him being gone did bring some good story. I know it's controversial on how they exited him, but Ron says, "How do you think that Amy was right to agree with this adoption thing, or was she just?" I mean, yeah. I mean, he came around. I don't agree with the adoption story in general. I, um, it's just stupid to me that Chanel is not there acting like this is the only way she can get a baby. I find that to be just really stupid. Like, it's just dumb. It's just acidine, right? Right. I've been meaning to ask you about this. If Hillpooza wanted to return as Molly and the current record, do you think that ABC should give her a second chance? Ooh, that's Ryan. That's actually a really good question, and I like that, especially if she quit. Because I'm going to be honest, right? If she didn't quit, I would sit there and say, Haley, you can kick rocks without socks. But that's a good one. I'm gonna need to take another half a sip for that one. Hold on. Good one. Chat, what do y'all think of that? For the GH fans, I wanna know. That's a good one. I gotta think about that shit. I can't even sit there and just give you an answer right off rip because people said they weren't planning to recast Michael. I have no idea what they were planning on doing. Even to this day, I'm still kind of shocked that they. Thank you, Double C. Hit that like button. Where's my likes at? Where? Oh, shit. Sure, everyone deserves a second chance, Cat Lady says. Double C says, hit the like button. Where is my fucking page at? Oh, okay, so we're at 23 likes. We got 21 people in the chat, so okay. I can see that, Ryan. Nancy has been a very good, well, she's been very supportive of Haley. Oh, Jibu says I'm asking if they weren't planning. Oh, you're asking if they weren't planning to recast Michael. I have no idea. Now, Ariana says she did her time. However, she nearly unalived someone. Not sure how I feel. Yeah, that's the thing. Wing says if they put a no drinking clause in her contract, sure, okay. But here's the problem, though, Wing. You said no drinking, right? If they just put a no drinking in there, that means that everything else is a go, right? By everything, I mean everything else. So, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. No, Ryan. No, Kelly can do what she wants. She can do what she wants. But Kelly is the queen of the chat. She can how she talks to me, however the hell she wants. That's what. Yeah, she was. She was Jay Blue. That's why I made that little. That's why I made that little comment. Like just drinking. That means everything else is a go. But that's a good one. Domex says, I feel like the character of Molly has moved past Haley's portrayal. I'm not sure if she would work as the version of Molly. I do too. I do too, Domex. And it's weird, right? Because watching her with scenes of her and Rick, now you go back and you watch the old scenes with Haley and Rick. I get it, Ryan, but I'm going to be honest. Cat Lady gets a pass though. Cat Lady gets a pass on whatever the hell she wants to do. She's the exception to the rule. Yeah, yeah. She's the exception to any rule. Even when she's out here they're telling lies and fallacies about shit that I didn't say or do, but she still gets a pass. What's good, Duan? Oh, Wayne says, I don't think everyone deserves a second chance. It's a case by case basis. Didn't know about blank. That, yeah, exactly. Throw that in the contract too. Exactly. Yeah, I was like, yo, that's why I made that comment. Yeah, she was. Yeah, yeah, Ryan. She was on that too. Justin says, agree that Christina Reed's version of Molly feels more feels like a more grown up version of the character. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. It's happy effing Friday. Yeah, happy effing Friday. But no, I personally like Kristen V's version. She does play more adult version of and we used to have to think about this, right? So we got the new Molly going to be hooking up with Cody. Does anybody see the Haley version of Molly hooking up with Cody? Let's just be real. Nurses, I think in some cases, recasts are helpful in moving characters forward. This recast took Molly into adulthood. I always felt weird seeing Haley Molly as a lawyer. Yeah. Yep, there we go. There we go. Kelly says, lean to the other, lean to the other side, lean to the other side of that damn chair. I don't get it. I don't get it. Jiggly says, no, I don't see it. Brian says, that's a good point. Christine's version seems more good. I feel like if Kelly returned and Molly is now an attorney, it would look like Molly was a child potential. Yeah, You said your chair has no edges. She said she says your chair has no edges. Huh, I don't. Maybe it's the aqua, but I don't get it though. My love, this chair is fine. It's fine just the way it is. You talking about my love? I had this chair for years. Sturdy ass chair. Um. Well, yeah. I mean, they definitely. I mean, at some point, yes, but like they already have too many characters. They do. Maybe at some point, right? Yes. How can a chair have edges? Is it because I'm white that? No, no. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get it out. Like I didn't get out there. They come in under and all. It looks like cat lady. Let me tell you something. You know what? I'm not gonna sit there and say it because it's kind of what it's what's gonna happen when you come over. It's what's gonna happen when you come over. But I don't know if I should sit there and say it. Oh, Queen Janet, happy Friday. How are you doing tonight, Janet? Oh, cat lady and her cats. Ugh. Like I want to say, but I'm not going to, cat lady. One, because I know you're gonna shoot it down, but that's not gonna happen. But two, I don't want to put you on the spot. Janet says, "Good week. Glad it's over." Drew, LOL. He's really a piece of work. Yeah, Janet. Let me tell you something. I had to call out Drew. I had to call out Drew. Okay, he was wilding out, Janet. He was. And then me and Ryan had a power about it, but yes, uh, Jay Blue said the fans wouldn't approve because the actor is much older than him, and you know how they react to age differences. Oh, well, I mean, okay, without all the sass, I mean, cat lady, you know when you come over, you're going to be in this chair as well. Well, you're going to be in my lap, but you're going to be in this chair. You're going to have a good time. So that's what's going to happen. So you will get comfortable and familiar with this chair. Joseph says, I'm sure it must have been Harvey. It actually wasn't. Actually, you know, that's the thing though, Jonathan. Actually, it wasn't. I did laugh. I cracked jokes and stuff like that. Um, but you know me though. When he says I applaud you, that was the first day you called you out without saying someone did something. Just as yeah, I'm gonna switch it up on y'all people. I'm telling you, you're not going to see. You're not going to see. Okay, so according to Wink, apparently I've been predictable. So I'm just going to flip the script on y'all all next week. Y'all not going to see anything coming. Um, Nothing. But you heard that, right, Cat Lady? How was going on? That's right, Ryan. I mean that's right, Wink. He got frustrated with me because um that sentence is too long to read. But it, Jen, yes, it was. It wasn't. It was kind of dumb, but at the same time, though, Janet, it was. I guess maybe I'm defending this fashion show in a sense because it's a nice change of pace from the dreariness that was been going on. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Janet. Bill is definitely having that. Here's my queen. Kelly says, so all I heard was that vampire of a chair of us has plenty of ass that you smashed over. That's actually no, that's not, no, don't, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Strike that shit from the record. That's not what happened. Such a goddamn bad girl. I said something very romantic, and that's Cat Lady's sassy ass response. Wait, Wang said those dresses look so cheap. The dress from Reg versus Eric was way better. That back chair is on life support. That Wang, this chair has been serving me for the last something years. No. So I set out a very nice, romantic, and a little sexy scenario. And Cat Lady took that and just decided to just. That's what she did. That's what she did. That mess Scorpion B. She is a top-notch actress who deserves better for those of you who know. Yes, yeah, I do remember that. She was on. She played Victoria. I mean, I like Amelia now, but like to be fair, I didn't know Heather. I can't see Heather Tom as being Victoria. One says, "I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna hold your hand. It's not serving you anymore." What? Well, I said it was like a little romantic, a little spicy. Set out an interesting little fantasy. Of course, Cat Lady's being the bad girl, so. But anyway, I love her. But that's the thing though. Yes, Ryan. Ryan. That's what brings me to my other point though, right? There's so many people that watch Bold and the Beautiful. Right? That show got renewed for another. I don't know, Ryan. Maybe I don't know. You might be right. You might be right, Ryan. What, Ryan? What do you think of little Michael, the first Michael, the little redhead kid Michael? What do you think of little Michael? Whatever happened to him, by the way? I remember Kyrie sent me a clip of little Michael really calling out the story is left to Tom being behind the story. I'm probably not the best person to answer that question right now, but they got fans. That's the thing, though. They got fans. They got. I mean, shit. Apparently, I get more. B&B is my second highest rate. My second highest viewed reviews. You didn't like little redhead Michael. Okay, now Jay Blue says I like that redheaded Michael. So Jay Blue likes little redheaded Michael, and Wink does not like little Michael. Wow, that is interesting. But GH fans, who like little redhead Michael? Yo, Wayne called him Chucky. And Kelly says, I hated that redhead. God damn. I'm done. Ryan said Dylan Cash, he was good as Michael, but he was definitely bratty at times, as was true Garrett in the role. I think that Chad drew Michael. Called him Chucky. I was like, I'm done. I am done. People says, I like his acting. I'm partial to redhead Mike. I'm partial to redheads anyway. Yeah. Black one says more like Leprechaun. Yeah, that was a horror franchise that just got more dumber each film. Um, you went to the goddamn hood at that point. But I mean, Little Michael was bratty. He was. Okay. What the fuck? What happened to Dylan? God damn it. Where is it? J. Blue says, "Why do redhead get sort of stared?" I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just redheads. Trust me. Dylan Cash. Are you serious? Oh, he stopped acting in 2009. As Brady had. That's true. I mean, if you're going to be honest, Spencer was probably the most. The little Spencer was probably the most brattiest one of them all. Yeah, he really stopped acting in 2009. We were doing so well, Ryan. We're doing so well. We're doing so well to the point I'm going to even. I'm just going to sit there and ignore that comment. I'm just going to pretend that you didn't even ask me that comment, that you that it didn't happen, and I'm gonna sit there and take that as a drunken haze comment from as I'm reading it. At least Louis Spencer didn't have someone kidnapped. Yeah, but I mean that's true. He was annoying. Let me tell you something. Louis Spencer was way worse. Hey, you stop it. You're a goddamn bad girl. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Drew is a very complicated man. Okay, I'm a very complicated man. You know, it's just Johnson said he always called Cam the pyro townie. Yeah, I remember he used to sit there and say, there's a annoy the shit out of me. Ain't no stopping, especially not after what he did today. And I admit that it was out of pocket. Ariana says, Lord Spencer. Thank you, Ariana. Yes. Ooh, okay. That's easy for me, Ryan. Laura, Tamara, and Sarah. Laura, number one. Tamara, number two. And Sarah, number three. Now you have to think about that shit. No, but seriously, Ryan, like I don't have to think about that. I love Jorge as Carly. Jay Blue said teenage Christina really got on my nerves. Didn't mind young Spencer. I got why he was like that. Yeah. No, I mean, okay, Ryan, what's your order then? What's your order with the Carlys? I mean, to be fair, Tamara at one point had that bar, right? And then they had that other chick that came in that no one doesn't talk about. Um, hell, you didn't even sit there and put him up on. I mean, the thing is, Ryan, when I came in, I didn't experience her that much. From the little bit I saw, I was like, she's alright. Ah, there we go. There we go, Jonathan. Jennifer, the one that no one talks about. No, I got you, Ryan. But no, but what's your order though? Yeah, no, is that? Thank you, Jonathan. Nobody brings her up. Bradford, Brantford. Yeah, Brantford. God damn. Yeah, I mean, she was okay, but like, I mean, Tamara brung it. She brung it, and then of course Laura Ray, without a doubt, you know, she brung it. God damn, I'm still looking at like Dylan, and like that was it. That was it. General Hospital, Spencer Cassidy. I, the thing is, Jonathan. I mean, I've heard rumors and stuff like that. I mean, if unless they want to recast her, if they want to recast her, then that's fine. But as far as actually bringing back her, I think that she wanted to like retire from acting, from what I understand. But she is a loose end, though, right? Grant says I would have to agree that Laura is the best. I would have to put Tamara in second, only because her version was more likable than Sarah, but Sarah rocked that role during her time. So your order is pretty much like mine, saying so. Yeah. Um. And that's a and Jonathan, before you got in the chat, so you were talking about Jada and Rafe being over, but we know that the actor that plays Rafe is leaving the show. Because let's be honest, if the actor was not leaving the show, if he didn't want to, if the actor wasn't leaving the show, he would have fought to try to be with Jada. Did you not notice that he was a little bit more accepting about the breakup? Like, yeah, okay, sure, I can see. I thought in the beginning when I first came here, but now that you laid down all the facts, and I was sitting there talking to my friend that, I'm going to be joining the FBI. It's like he already was like, he came in there just ready to be like, okay, there's no official confirmed date of, is that the actor that plays, Ray? It's just, you see what I'm saying already, Jonathan. I feel like the act of leaving is dictating. Yeah, okay, thank you. I feel like the act of leaving is dictating the show story in a sense, right? Like, um, The actor who plays EJ, he wanted to take a break. He wanted to go to Australia for a little bit, so they put him in a coma, right? Okay, I'm done with my vacation. You can bring me back out the coma. In that sense, I I do every now and then, Ryan, but I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I usually watch more old clips of some of the other soap operas when I get a chance. I do. Like I watch old clips of Days. I watch old clips of Y&R, which is weird, Ryan, because like GH is. I mean, I've been watching that show the longest out of all the other soap operas. Justin says it possibly could. Not fair, right? John, wasn't okay. Like maybe it was you, but didn't you sit there and tell me that the actor was leaving the show? Or you said that the actor was leaving. I could have sworn that you said that. I could be wrong, and I could have been drinking on that day, but I did too, Jay Bloom. I did too. I wonder what the actor's doing. What the hell is the actor doing now? Okay, maybe it was somebody. Okay, maybe it was somebody else that mentioned it. Cat Lady is being my lovely, gorgeous, sassy queen. Fucking love her. Do that. Oh, Jonathan. Maybe somebody else actually said that. The thing is, Kelly, I thought that he said that. I thought that, but it wasn't. Kelly says, I down wish Sarah Parker come back as, I, I don't wish Sarah Brown, oh, you do wish Sarah Brown could come back as another character. Have a night, Jay Blue. Have a live concert. Oh, well, you have a great night, Jay Blue. It was great to see you. Wow. Okay, so she hasn't actually done anything since 2018. I Metalhead. Yeah, right. And that's another thing, Ryan. It's like I get that because essentially it's like the writers are simply acting like we're stupid, right? Like the longtime fans, and they've done that a couple of times, Ryan. No, I do agree with that. Um, I wouldn't sit there and say hate because I feel like that's a strong word, but like I would sit there and say it's a little insult, but it's also lazy. So Amanda has so apparently Brooklyn and Chase are wanting to adopt a child, but don't want to find the child Brooklyn had. I hope Geo gives them a new one. Yeah, Johnson says we're seeing Rafe on the field as Simon could help give the character new direction. A potential bright. other characters. Oh, potentially bring other characters back to the show. I don't know. You know the thing with Jonathan, I don't know who actually said that the character was leaving. Oh, I just I don't know. I'm going to be honest, Jonathan, and okay, and this is just my theory. I don't think this actor's coming back. Jonathan, do you remember years ago with the whole what was his name? You liked the character too. I can't remember his name. Nick Fallon, the other actor, the actor that played Nick Fallon. Remember when we sat there and we had this discussion? We did the same thing. And I was like, yo, listen, this actor's gone. Kelly says, like, folks, Irish drinks. He's always given. Actually, I'm not. I'm not. Um, Cat Lady is just being a bad girl. She's being a bad girl. Blame it on the Kool-Aid. I'm not blaming anything. I'm just saying that you being a bad girl, and I'm gonna have to deal with you. I'm a I'm gonna have to deal with you this spring or summer, and change your tune. Johnson says you never know. Jonathan, we did this last time. You don't remember when? Okay, you don't remember when I sat there and I said, you know who I'm talking about, but you like, I yes, Ariana, I love that case. Um, she just, just gonna get straightened out a little bit. Just needs a little adjustment. Just a little, just a little adjustment. Just a little adjustment. Okay, so you remember that, Jonathan? And I said that that character was gone. I was like, yo, they're done with him. And what did you say? Oh, they're not on. There was no official word. It's still in the credits or something like that, or still in the. And I was like, no, this character's gone. He's done. Finito. The end. Maureen, it was nice to see JPEG back on YNR. Enjoyed Cole being a protective father when it came to his daughter's relationship with Kyle. Do you think that he's going to like get sick? Maureen, I don't think they're going to kill him off, but do you think that they're gonna maybe make him sick? Aaron says, "Don't forget to adjust your face." You're gonna adjust me how? Baby girl, you know exactly how. You know exactly how. Ask the question. You already know how. You know damn well how. How the think. Johnson says, but they could find a way to bring him back down the line. Take down that woman. I mean, yes, that's true, Jonathan. Jonathan, here's the thing: as men, we have egos, we have certain pride. Um, so I get it. You don't want to sit there and admit that I'm going to be right again, and I respect that. But I was right about Jonathan. What the hell is his name? What is his name? What was that guy's name? Because you said we had this conversation last time with that actor. How do I know what you mean? Ariana, see. This is This is wifey being. I'm being respectful, Callie. I'm being a gentleman. Okay. I'm being a gentleman. I'm being classy. Okay. And I'm leaving a little mystery. Maureen said, "Do you like Claire, Kyle, Billy, Sally together?" I'm cool with Kyle. I'm cool with Kyle and Claire because I'm not a fan of Summer. Oh, let me take that back. I'm not a fan of Summer, but I'm a fan of True Love. Johnson says it's not about being right or wrong. I'm just having a sense that. Well, of course. Oh, I mean, of course, Jonathan. Of course. Um, I just hell to the yes, Ryan. Hell to the effing yes. I plan on seeing that. Ryan, let me tell you something. I plan on being somewhat broke this year because there's so many movies that I'm going to see. I plan on being broke. Like, if we're gonna be honest, Ryan, I plan on being broke in a sense. Aaron says, and you're loving every minute of it. Well, absolutely. No, she's pretty much loving my life. Ring says I'm gonna see Science tomorrow with my little sister. I love. Oh, nice. Oh, absolutely right. No, let me tell you something, Ryan. Let me. When it comes towards the MCU, Marvel could just take my money. Marvel could just have my goddamn money. Oh yeah, and Superman too. Yes. Wayne says I have Disney Plus, so I wait for Thunderbolts to stream. Yeah, no, I get that. It's kind of weird, Wink, in a sense. Like I've never seen a Marvel movie not in theaters. I've never not seen one Marvel movie not in theaters. Ryan says my top movies this year are going to be Marvel movies coming out. The Last, Downtown Abbey film, and Part Two of Wiki. Yes. No, I mean, well, I mean that's. I mean that's. I was Ryan. I would sit there and say that's very well rounded. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I can't sit there and look at Ariana Grande. I mean, I've never been a musical person, but like I can't even look at the commercials of Ariana Grande. I can't. But oh wow, yeah, that was that like 2015? I could have sworn. I think that was like 20. No, it wasn't 2015. I think it was like 20. Jonathan, when did that movie come out? When did Endgame come out? I know it's kind of tied to my breakup. But when did that movie come out? If we're gonna be honest, Ryan, she was 2019. Thank you, Ryan. Oh yeah, you're right. She was more. Thank you, Rick. She was more prettier before she went vegan. Like her skin looks very pale, and it. I know it sounds bad, but like her new diet did not help her. And I mean, it might have helped to make her feel better, and maybe on some level, like more healthier. But I don't feel that. It's like she doesn't look more healthier, and that's just. I don't know. I don't generally try to like body shame people, but like she looks a far cry from before she decided to change her diet. I Meadow says that MC movies have always been largely disappointing since Endgame. Yeah, I Meadow had. I listen. I I will see every every live action MCU movie, and anything that's connected to it. But Ray says she looks like an AI version of herself. She looks like, and the thing is though, like I've seen people on vegan diets, and I've never seen them change that drastically. So I don't know what she's doing, but it's. I mean, I get that, Ryan, but but that's the thing about Victoria. She looked different though. She didn't look like, and that's the thing though, Ryan. I can't sit there and say that's an age thing. But I've seen her. I mean, not like seen her like in person, but like when he says Nick Avocado had a drastic change. Yeah, I mean, I can see that with the weight, right? But like the thing is, when with Ariana Grande, her skin tone is different. It 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 looks like, I'm not saying unhealthy, but like, oh, fuck it, I am Smith saying unhealthy. Her skin tone is a lot different, and it just looks like malnourished. If we're gonna be honest, I'm just gonna keep it real. She looks malnourished. I don't generally like to sit there and try to, you know, shit on how somebody looks, but it's. Amanda says it might be due to her mental health. Also, she has gone through the ringer with Mac Miller passing and the bombing in 2017. It might be that. Hadley is such a bad girl. She's so bad, and I love her. That's why. That's what. Listen. Hopefully by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, she's gonna be wifey. Hadley's gonna be wifey. And it says now that I think about it, I do get what you're saying about her skin. I think it's okay to handle on that if it's coming from me. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I don't make it a point. Like if I call somebody out, I don't sit there and try to go on their looks. Like I don't sit there and try to comment about somebody's looks in a negative way. But I'm not gonna lie, I remember Ariana Grande looking kind of hot, and yeah. Link says someone did an age progression from her teenage years to her current years, and she looks different every year. I mean, I get that. I mean, we all kind of look a little bit different as we age, but like, I mean, it's like night and day with her skin tone. Like that's the part that's just so drastically different. Yeah, exactly right. I don't try to like if I here's the thing, right? If I come at somebody, I'm coming at them on their personality, their dumbness, their foolishness, whatever. I and I don't come at somebody for their weight or anything like that. That's some sucker shit if we're gonna be honest. I don't do that. But yeah, no, Wink, it's more about her skin tone and like you know what I'm talking about. Like you've seen people that just look like, I'm not saying nothing is off limits to some people, and that's fine, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have my times where I could sit there and be an asshole. Don't get it twisted. There's some things that, yeah. For me personally. Oh shit. Violations or if they're shaped like an iPhone charger, yes, he is an angel. To be fair, cat lady, I did call myself out on that. I did. I called myself out on that. And I'll call myself out on that again. Like, that wasn't cool. I mean, I don't like her. And I do think that she's a very shitty ass human being. But that doesn't mean I was right for what I was doing. Um, Ray says, while you're apologizing, she deserved it. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily apologizing, Wink. It's just like me recognizing that just because that she might deserve it doesn't make me in the right for saying. Like, let's be honest, Wink. She is a terrible, god awful subhuman being. But that doesn't mean I need to lower myself down to a point because I'm that angry with her. I'm that disgusted with her. That's the thing, though, Wink. Sometimes we can sit there and get down and dirty, but sometimes it's like I I can admit when I'm wrong about certain things. Listen, wait. I am still a villain. Wait. I am still the goddamn Victor Newman of soap opera content creators. Don't get that shit twisted. Okay. All right, Mike. But I mean, yeah, the good ones have our limits. Don't get it twisted, Wayne. Okay. Villain. Goddamn villain, Wayne. Ron says, I love seeing celebrities starting out and then watching their career take off. When I was six and watch and a half grand of Princess Diana and look how her career has blossomed. I don't know what she's doing now. I mean, I know that she's been in some very, never mind. Kelly says, oh, so like Victor Newman, you're going to push me over to Jabbar. No, I'm going to give you my full support because I know that you'll get a new audience, you'll get more recognition, and although I feel indifferent about the competition, I support you because I believe in you. And that's what's ultimately important. So, which is what I said in the text that she didn't respond back to me. I mean, that's right there, right? That's what I said in the text. I mean, I said a little bit more, but yes, yes, that's true, right? I do like Get Out. No, that kind of blew me a little bit. I like the other movie though. Um, what was the one where they had like duplicates? I like that movie. So Get Out, whatever that duplicate thing was. Queen Jazz was good. Queen Jazz. So like that's not what happened. That's not remotely what happened. It's not such and stuff on lies and fallacies. Us, yes, us. Us was really good. I love that movie, and I'm gonna be honest. Not I wasn't exactly the biggest Jordan Peele fan. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, it's out now. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, I'm watching everything this weekend. Yes. God damn it. It's funny. Just I was gonna sit there and come back home tomorrow and go to sleep. and just sleep all day. Well, I guess that's not gonna happen. I was like, I guess that's not gonna happen. Well, thank you for telling me, Jess, because I was literally just gonna sit there and once I got home, I was just gonna sleep the whole goddamn day. So still on season one. Hell to the yes, Jess. Hell to the yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm glad you told me because I was like, my my plans are gonna be totally different. No, right. I like us. I didn't like that other movie though. Like that's where it started to go down for me. Too much stuff, too much good stuff is out. I got a whole watch list I'm working on. See, she already kind of okay. All right. Um, I do too, Wayne. I do too. I don't remember it because I watched it so long ago. I don't remember it. But that's the thing though, Wayne. Because like Jonathan was like, you should watch this telenovela, and I was like, I don't know, because I'm still. I feel like I'm watching. Oh, I try to watch Andor. Jonathan, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I try to watch Andor, and after the first Power and Passion, yeah, I was like, yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I got so wrapped up. I didn't even get a chance to watch Hollyoaks. I'm gonna have to watch it. Well, I don't know when I'm actually gonna watch it now. Oh wow, it's weird. It's weird, Ryan, because like after I watched Us, I sat there and I watched that UFO version of his, and like that was the one I was just like, God damn, this was. I mean that's true, Jonathan. But like, I didn't. Here's the thing, but I also didn't get a chance to like I barely been keeping up with it. I barely been keeping up with Hollyoaks because I've been so busy with the five soap operas. So again, it's one of those so much show, so little time. And now that you is out, changed my whole goddamn week. Wing says Ender is so good, you gotta keep watching. There's nothing else like this you guys have been putting out for Star Wars. Mm, I mean, it was the first episode, and Cat Lady says she's just lazy. He wants to sleep. See, I can't wait to put a ring on your finger. That's what I'm gonna sit there and say. I can't wait to put a ring on your finger. Um, shit. I should probably end the stream now because I do got to get to sleep, and I want to sit there and talk to my dad before I go to bed. Um, but yes, I hope I get to sit there and see you this week. We're gonna talk about that. We also gotta sit there and do our collab though too. So I should definitely be sleeping right now. Should have sleep like a half an hour ago. What the hell am I doing? But thank you, Ryan, for joining. Thank you for being cool and just being chill and being part of your chat. Have a night, Wink. Johnson says to everyone else in the chat, check out Tell them about Passion Power. It's on YouTube and it's stuff in English. He is very yeah. But yes, have a good night, Ryan. Have a good night, my gorgeous queen cat lady. The love of my life. Thank you, Ryan, for coming through. Appreciate you. Have a good night, Queen Jess. Have a good night, Ariana. I definitely will. Thank you again for joining tonight. And also answer my question, too. Because I was really hoping I ran into you tonight. So, have a good night, Black Mom. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soap Chat without a plastic. Thank you, Jonathan. Have a night, Queen of the South. Have a night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a night, Rosemary. Good night, everyone, and God bless you all. Have a wonderful weekend. You too. Have a night, Queen Janet. Um, let's not have a night, Black Man. Have a night, Dolomedics. And says, have a night, Cat. No, seriously, I was definitely was hoping I was going to see you tonight because when I saw the episode, I was like, I thought about you, and I was like, I'll get the chance to catch you and pick your brain in a sense. Johnson says, good night, everyone. Hit the like. Yes, hit that like button on the way out. Definitely share my mods and everyone else. Share some of the videos, particularly that Beyond the Gates video. That'll definitely get some people watching. Anyway, y'all know who y'all are. I will sit there and see you on the next stream. Tomorrow is member stream, so definitely come through for that. If you're a member, if you're not a member, become a member, and I will. Oh, Lordy Lord, with pleasure, and then some. I love her. All right, have a good night, everyone. I will sit there and see y'all. No, hold on. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now y'all have a great night. If you know, you know.